Hello, my name is Roberto Ayan, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to solve quadratic equations by factoring. In order to teach you how to factor trinomials of the form x squared plus bx plus c, I'm going to be walking you through an example. I'm going to teach you how to factor the expression x squared minus 9x plus 20. In order to completely factor it, we have to change the expression to x plus m times x plus n form. In order to do so, we have to find two numbers, m and n, that when multiplied are equal to 20, and when added are equal to negative 9. Since the result when the numbers are multiplied must be positive, and the result when they are added must be negative, the two numbers both have to be negative. To factor the equation, we simply have to find factors of 20 and do sums of those factors until the sum of the factors is negative 9. The only factors of 20 that when added equal negative 9 are negative 5 and negative 4. Therefore, the answer is x minus 5 times x minus 4. For this lesson, we have to know two important concepts. The first concept is the difference of two squares. Whenever you see an equation in the form of a squared minus b squared, you can immediately know that it's going to be factored in the form a plus b times a minus b. The next concept is a little more difficult. It is called the perfect square trinomial. And whenever you see an equation of the form a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, we can immediately factor it into a plus b squared. And when we see an equation in the form a squared minus 2ab plus b squared, we can immediately factor the equation into a minus b squared. In this example, we're going to use those patterns we just learned to factor these equations. The first example is the equation x squared minus 49. Since the square root of 49 is 7, we know that this equation is a difference of two squares, which is x squared minus 7 squared. Therefore, we can immediately change the equation into x plus 7 times x minus 7 and be done with it. For the second example, we're going to be looking at a perfect square trinomial, which is d squared plus 12d plus 36. This is a little harder to notice, but it can be quickly seen as well. For this equation, we know that the last part of the equation is that the b is 6, since the square root of 36 is 6. And we know that a equals d. Therefore, we have to make the middle part of the equation 2ab, which would be 2d6. After doing all this, we can immediately change the equation into d plus 6 squared. In the next example, we're going to be looking at how to find the roots of an equation. In order to teach you this, I'm going to walk you through another example. The equation we're going to be solving is x squared minus 5x minus 36 equals 0, which we can factor into x minus 9 times x plus 4 equals 0. After factoring the equation, we can quickly find the roots of the equation. We simply split the equation into two parts, into x minus 9 equals 0 or x plus 4 equals 0. To find the roots of the equation, we simply solve both of these equations, which would be x equals 9 or x equals negative 4, and we have just found the roots of the equation. We're going to be doing a last example, in which I'm going to teach you how to find the zeros of quadratic functions. In the first example, I'm going to be teaching you how to find the zeros of the function y equals x squared minus x minus 12. With our prior knowledge of factoring, we can factor the equation into y equals x plus 3 times x minus 4. And we can then find the zeros since we know that x equals negative 3 and x equals 4, which are our zeros of the equation. We're going to do the same thing for our second example. This example is actually a perfect square trinomial, which we had seen before in the last example. The equation can be changed in the form x plus 6 squared or x plus 6 times x plus 6. This equation only has one zero, which is negative 6. Thank you for your time.